Hey there everyone, time for another iPod app review. Now, there's a game called Scribblenauts that came out, I think a couple of years ago, and I really liked it. It came out for the Nintendo DS, so imagine my surprise when a game that came out for the DS suddenly got ported to the iPod Touch. I couldn't help myself. So here's my review of Scribblenauts Remix on iPod App Reviews. Okay guys, I'm taking a look at the game Scribblenauts Remix. Like I said in the intro, this was a release originally for the DS. I keep on trying to say the 3DS, but no, it was originally the DS, and it was made by Warner Brothers and Fifth Cell. So now they have decided to port it over to the iPod, and it actually is a pretty good port. You have to go through all this, obviously. Okay, let me turn the volume down a bit. Now, this starting point here is the playground where you can walk around, test out your things. So the controls have been ported over to where it's the right, drag with your finger and everything like that. But Scribblenauts was a pretty interesting game because you used the imagination in your skull to figure things out. Allow me to explain here. Let me go to this second puzzle. This ought to be a good example without getting too complex. Now, the goal of Scribblenauts is that you actually get your mind going. In this case, it tells you to give two of them what they would use in their hands. So, we have a chef, we have a firefighter, a doctor, and a police officer. So now, it's not like we have all these various devices around, but instead, we open up our notepad. Let's think, what would a doctor use, for instance? Well, they would use a clipboard, so C-L-I-P-B-O-A-R-D, and then whenever you're done, boom, a clipboard shows up. And in this case, we drag it over to her and hand it to her, and she's nice and happy. And then, let's see, F-I-R-E H-O-S-E, fire hose. And hand it. There we go. And see, and then the goal is to collect those little stars like I got, which you collect once you finish the puzzle. You can share your scores out to Facebook and Twitter once you've got them, but it seems to be standard in games nowadays. But the idea of this is that you think of whatever is in your head in order to get this puzzle complete. So instead of having just specific objects that are actually in the game and you've got to figure out using those objects, your brain is the thing that is your store of objects. It won't recognize some things, and there are rules, like you can't use proper nouns, places, there's certain limitations to the grammar you can use in the game, but you can even use adjectives to make like a big dog as opposed to a small dog, or things like that. So, all in all, it was a pretty interesting concept whenever it originally came out, and now it's on iOS devices, so it's even more portable, in my opinion, because the DS wasn't as portable, especially now with the 3DS. If you don't have a vest pocket like I do, it's kind of hard to carry around. But, so anyway, it's a great game for your time. This has been Scribblenauts Remix. Hope you guys liked the review, and if you want to get this app, I'll put a link right below this post at tscn.tv. If you guys want to follow me on Crosswalk, I'll put my profile link right here. You should be seeing it at some point. And if you want to follow any of my other feeds, go to friendfeed.com/labtech7 and you'll find my Twitter and everything else I want you to find. So, until next time when I review another app that works just as good on your iPod Touch, see you guys.